And so he's like, oh, are you here for the girl group? I'm like, no, I'm not any part of a group. I'm with the makeup artist. And I guess that's when I had my red hoodie sweatshirt and my hair done, and we fell in love. So
did he ask you out on a date, or?
He kept calling. He kept like having me come back to the studio for sessions. And Kelsey was like, what are you doing this weekend? I'm like, oh, I'm going back to Paramount. She goes, really? Is there a project? I said, I don't know. You invited me to the studio. Are you going? She's like, he didn't invite me. And then she was like, I told you that's your husband from the first time y'all met. And then I kept coming to the studio, and we just kind of kept like hanging out, going to dinner and going to this amazing place, Cafe Cordial. And Cafe Cordial is like David Williams, and like David Williams is Michael Jackson's guitar player, and
a lot of famous musicians went
Ollie Woodson, and everybody that's in the industry. That's like the secret place to go to get amazing musicians. So we went on a couple dates, and we were maybe together for about 4 weeks, and we were back at Paramount, and he was on one side of the studio and I was on the other, and I kid you not, David Williams was there. And we both looked at each other, and we whispered, I love you, at the same time across the studio at each other. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I'm asking the man with the memory. So, yeah.
Now, Skyler, I know you've been doing this producing thing for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And a little birdie tells me that, you might have gotten a little rusty on some playing. But my question is, do you still have those red spandex? You still throw those on sometimes and play a funky tune?
First of all, you talk too much. No, I'm kidding. You know what? I just picked up a new Music Man bass, which is, the tone is just amazing. And although I was a little bit rusty, I played it for about a minute and a half, couple minutes, and according to my mother, I've still got it.
I believe it.
According to Mom's.
According to your mom.
Insert clip here.
Moms.
And I'm going to send you guys a clip of the bass playing part. I'm actually halfway decent on that. I started on drums in the beginning, and then and my brother, don't be mad at me for telling the truth, but here it is. I begged my brother to teach me how to play bass, and he would never do it. And I was playing the drums, he would turn his back to me and not show me anything. And I said, one day I'm going to smoke you. Period. I think I was 10 or maybe 12 at the time.
Wow.
And then I would play and thump and pop the strings until my fingers would bleed. And then when I got with the band in Wisconsin that I was telling you about, I had to learn 40 songs in one night. But in school, I've had music theory, orchestra, jazz band. For them to keep me in school, because everything else was just boring me left and right, I started skipping class. And it did nothing for me. And going to rehearse to play with these bands. And to make $300 a weekend in 10th grade in the 80s, the early 80s, is not a bad deal. So I started playing more and more and more and more and more. And then I found out bass was probably my forte. But in the meantime, I was becoming a little bit more of a wild child. And I said, let me see, what's the hardest branch of the service to get into? And it was the Marines. So I went to see a recruiter. And my parents had to sign for me to get in because I was still in 10th grade when I joined.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't know what I was getting into. As soon as I got to San Diego for basic training, they said, from this point on, you are to start and end every sentence with the word sir. They're saying this to me and about 300 other recruits sitting on the floor. And basically they said, we own you. You can't eat, you can't sleep, you can't take a bath unless we tell you it's okay. And I'm like, I didn't sign for this shit. And then the drill instructors, they said, privates, how many of your recruiters lied to you? Everybody raised their hand, showing us pictures of Hawaii and all these chicks in bikinis, and we got there, they treated us like dirt from day one.
They trapped you.
Well, there's a method to their madness because it was actually beneficial for all of us. So in basic training, not to just get so far away from the subject, but I'll give you a short version. In basic training, they treat you like you're captured.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're captured, you already know how to deal with it, which is another part of why joining was for discipline.
Yeah.
So it worked out. Although that had nothing to do. What was the question? I'm sorry.
The question is about you. You're telling the base.
Champagne. Blame it on the Corbell.
Corbell, you need to sponsor us.
Since
We have many records with you. Many. Just look around. 200 gold and platinum records here, courtesy of the Corbell brothers.
Wow. That's awesome.
You heard it here, guys.